Carl has a catchphrase too, but
Yeah.
it's not safe for work and not appropriate. What? We can't. You want me to say that word on our podcast? I'm J.E. Sutton Jr.
And I'm Jeannie.
Welcome to the Co-authored Life.
Look at the scenes of our life and how we're building it together. New format tends to have blunders.
This week, we're going to talk Little House on the Prairie, our old house construction adventures, and a joint review of Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yay!
Let's get right into it.
All right, Little House on the Prairie. This is not your little house that you grew up with. It's on Netflix. And I'm just going to tell you a little story. So my dad was hilarious and often would tell us, crazy names for TV shows like Cagney and Lacey was Gag Me and Racy, and Touched by an Angel was Slugged by an Angel, and many other just craziness. So when we would say something about watching Little House on the Prairie, he would give us a deadpan look and go, "You can't watch that. It's too violent." And for a long time, I thought he was serious. But no, I think he just didn't care for
Michael Landon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, I'm not a huge fan myself, but I don't remember ever watching it. So you didn't watch it growing up?
I mean, I watched a few episodes. I know Melissa Gilbert was Laura, and you said Melissa
Sue Anderson.
Yeah, was Mary. And of course, Michael Landon was
Charles Ingalls.
Yeah, we still didn't look up who Ma Ingalls was.
That's correct. We did not.
But anyway, it doesn't matter. And I don't know any of the actors' names in the new series either.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the new series is, Jerry's like, "Oh, let's watch. I want to look at this Little House on the Prairie." And I'm like, "Yeah, my dad says I can't watch it. It's violent."
It's too violent, yeah. So I had heard both good and bad about it. I've heard both that it's really, really good. I've heard that it's really boring. We've watched 5 episodes now.
I think so. 4 or 5. Yeah.
4 or 5. And I'd have to say, I come down a little bit on it. I think it's really well done. I don't know what people were expecting because the original Little House wasn't like wasn't
rainbows and lollipops.
Well, it wasn't action adventure, so I'm not sure what they were expecting. And the story is the same. I mean, I think the new series is trying to be as faithful as it can to Laura Ingalls Wilder's books, which I have read. A couple of them. I've heard the first one, which is Big House in the Little Woods, which is about their time in Wisconsin. And I've read Little House on the Prairie, which is about their time.
Big House in the Little Woods because they call it the Big Woods.
I'm sorry, it's the
Little House in the Big Woods.
It's the House in the Big Woods or something. I can't remember the name of the title, but it's the Big Woods.
It's something about a house and
woods.
And
woods. Yes, I'm sure about that part. But
it is a book. He's sure about that as well.
Yes, it was a book. The Little House on the Prairie, which is about their time near Independence, Kansas, I believe it's in Kansas. Yeah,
I've been there
in Osage territory. So I've read both of those books. It's been a really, really long time. I never watched the original more than a few episodes.
Your sister wasn't into it?
She probably wasn't. That's probably why I've seen a couple of episodes of it. But I was never a huge fan. But I think they did a pretty good job of modernizing the filming and acting techniques while keeping it, a period piece, obviously. But
I really like the cast.
The cast, I think, is really good. I think they're capturing Charles Ingalls in a way that the original did not, because the Charles Ingalls characters in the books and in real life apparently is a little. I mean, he's not a perfect person. I mean, he's a little selfish. He's chasing this dream, and fleeing a life he didn't want to be a part of, and it's a little selfish on his part. He puts his family through a lot, and they go through a lot of things that aren't even in the books. Their life was a lot harder than even the books displayed. So, I mean, there were times where they had no money at all. I mean, they spent years. I believe part of their story is they spent years with him running an inn, a hotel, and they lived in a room in the hotel. And so there's lots of even worse hardships that aren't even in the books because obviously the original books were written for children, and
Really?
so yeah, they're children's books, so they're not.
Children nowadays would not even.
Well, yeah, I don't know the age groups exactly, but I mean, she did write Laura Ingalls Wilder did write a biography later that had some of those other
Events.
time periods in
Yeah.
it called Pioneer Woman, and there's also some
Not
discussion.
to be confused with the Pioneer Woman you see on Food and Wine Network or whatever the
Right,
network is.
right, um, but there's also a lot of discussion about perhaps that a lot of the tone of the original books and the softening of the story was the work of her daughter, who had a lot to do with the publication of those books. Uh, so, um, but overall, really good cast. I think they did a really good job with the story. I'm interested to see how they handle some of the future aspects of the story. I mean, obviously, if you've read the books, if you know the original, you know that originally, eventually, there's going to be a conflict between the settlers and the government in
In
the
the
Indian
in the
lands, in the
Osage
Osage, in the
Nation,
Indian lands.
yeah.
Though there's no violence, I don't remember there being any violence. I just remember the books being full of one tragedy after another. It's almost biblical in its depiction of floods and locusts and
I think we're starting to get into that
yeah, because
with the
this
whole right, we're just to the point where the whole family came down with a
a
fever.
fever. The implication is malaria. I mean, that's what quinine is used to treat, but they don't say so
Oh,
specifically.
you can get quinine in, tonic water? So, a gin and tonic, man, that'll set you straight.
That'll set you straight. No more malaria. Don't have to worry about malaria.
Right.
So I'm interested to see where they go, how faithful they are to the story. So far, it's been really good. I do agree with you about the cast.
I think the little
They're
girl who's playing Laura is
she looks the part. She does a really really good job. I think they're all
she's
doing excellent jobs.
headstrong,
Yep,
she's
yep. Um,
curious.
I think the dog recasting of the dog was better than the original Jack.
I don't remember the
He's
original
like
Jack.
this shaggy.
Listen, for somebody who says they didn't watch it, you sure know a lot about the dog.
I've seen pictures.
Uh-huh.
He's this big
Right.
shaggy.
Secretly at night, he's going through Pluto TV watching old episodes of Little House on the
I have
Prairie.
seen the original movie that they filmed a year before the series. I have seen that. I will admit to seeing that. Um,
Anyway, Jack, the
Jack,
dog.
the original dog in the original series is this big shaggy
Oh,
uh, dog. I don't even know what kind of dog you'd call him, but d- d- the Jack in the new series is this.
he's like a shepherd
It's
dog,
like a
right?
shepherd dog. He
Yeah.
looks like a dog you might have on a hunt or in out on the
Right.
farm. He doesn't look like some big house
No,
pet dog,
no.
which is what the original looked like. The the original dog looked like Paul Anka from
Gilmore
Gilmore
Girls?
Girls. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. No, that is not
no,
a pioneer
pioneer
dog.
dog, right?
No.
So, so and
I
so
secretly think you are watching the old episodes of
no,
Little House.
I don't think that's true unless I'm
Suddenly
doing it
you
in
know about
my
the
sleep.
dog.
That's it from now on. That's our new show. We're gonna watch at night.
No, I can't.
We're
My dad
replacing.
said it was too violent.
Your dad was full of it. Your dad said a lot of crazy stuff. I can't even I can't even think about the things that your dad said that weren't true.
Anyway, so yeah. But so even the depiction of the Osage,
I think it's much more realistic than probably it was back in the 70s and the 80s when they did the original show. It's
because they talk about them going to the missionary schools and being taught to read and
well,
write
yeah,
and
and something that's sometimes lost in period pieces in American television is that the Native American tribes weren't all the same, right? I
right,
mean, there's some incredibly savage and violent behavior with some of the tribes. Other tribes were more of a go along, get along, try to make peace to their detriment, usually with
right.
their dealings with the U.S. government and the settlers. But and they're depicting the Osage in that way, that they're really not a violent people. They're really just trying to get
They're
along. They don't want trouble.
frustrated,
They're
and
frustrated
it's
with
coming out
people showing up on their land, taking away what they thought was theirs,
resources.
their resources, and taking away what they thought was theirs. And so, but I think they're portraying that well and in a balanced way, and using characters who can help them understand what those characters are feeling and thinking. So I think they're doing a good job of that. Overall, actually, I look forward to watching the rest of it.
Yeah,
And I think it's been renewed already for another
I
season.
believe so.
Yeah.
I don't
So
I
I'm
usually do check that.
yeah.
I don't
I
remember
think I
checking
read
it.
that the other day that they've already renewed it for season two. So I think you should watch it if you like that sort of thing. If you
If
watch
you
the
like
original,
period
if
pieces,
you like period pieces, watch
if
it.
you watch the original, this is nothing like it.
It's not, but it is. The story is the same.
Well, yeah.
It's just presented in a more realistic way, a more
I wanna say
mature way.
thank you. That's I was gonna say a more mature way, but I
Right.
didn't know if that was truly the proper
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I think our viewing
well, over time, yeah. I mean, I think the acting style was probably a little over the top in the original, and that's just the style of the times. I think you see that if you watch older TV that was true. I'm never been a huge Michael Landon fan.
what
Um,
else was he in?
I mean,
I don't
obviously, his big claim to fame was Bonanza.
he was in Bonanza?
He's Little Joe. Can't believe you don't know that Michael Landon was Little Joe's Bonanza.
Wasn't he some kinda angel in some
That's
series too?
later. He does the some Highway to Heaven or something.
That's a song by AC/DC.
Well, it's also a show, I think.
No.
He did play, I think he played an angel in that. He also played I think he played some werewolf or something in a movie or something. I can't remember. Anyway,
Anyway,
I've never been a huge fan of his acting. I've always thought his acting was a little limited. Now we'll get a lot of hate from Michael Landon fans. I'm sorry about that. From all I know, a fairly wholesome individual, but I never was a big, huge fan of his acting, and I thought the acting in the original Little House was probably a little over the top, not a realistic depiction of how people
yeah.
would react. I mean, just in recent episodes in the current series, the tension between Caroline and Charles feels more realistic, feels more genuine than I think I ever saw in
Yeah,
the original series.
they actually argue.
Yes, and not just serve a sort of TV show from the
No.
'50s arguing, actual tension and
Quippiness.
quippy. Yes, yeah. So anyway, I think you should watch it. Give it a try. If you watch it, if you love it, let us know. If you hate it, let us
Let us
know.
know, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Who knows? We're only halfway through, we may hate it by the end of the se I doubt we will.
You never know, but I and Ar art is subjective. We talk about that a lot on
Yes.
this podcast, and some people are gonna love it, some people are gonna hate it. That isn't there is no one judgment for art. Even the worst thing you ever saw, there are people who think it's great.
Yes.
So, give it a shot. Let us know what you think.
Yeah. So, Little House on the Prairie
Yep, and now we
to
move to
Old House in Riverside. So, we live in a 100-year-old house. It's a little bungalow
Yep,
in the historical, not hysterical,
hysterical. It's frequently hysterical
yeah,
here in this house.
district of Jacksonville, Florida.
Yes.
And she's a good house, but she is starting to show her age. Well, she's been showing her age.
Well, and,
We are not DIYers.
we're yeah, we're not. If we were, the place would probably look a lot better. But we're not do-it-yourselfers. We have to save money to do major projects, and so there's lots of stuff that we need to do. There are some floors throughout the house that need to be redone because they're warping.
And
There's
also when you're picking out flooring people, look for the red flags like oh, you wanted us to put the rounding corners down?
well, that's an old issue that we hired an installer to put down uh,
Vi-
um,
Vinyl.
vinyl in the kitchen, and
It's all curling
the
up now and
the it didn't come with the molding for to go around the edges to seal it up, to the baseboard. What?
Come on,
That
be
makes
a
no sense.
professional. Anyway,
But so that
that's
needs to be
all.
replaced
Yeah.
too. We need to do some painting, and the siding needs to be replaced because it's older siding. So there's lots of little projects, but the urgent project that's going on today, this week, is actually the newest room in the house.
Yeah. So, we ended the podcast last week saying we had to go pick out tile for our new bathroom floor.
Yep, that's true.
So we had our bathroom done 10 years ago or 15 years ago? 10,
10 years ago, a little
10
over
years
10 years
ago.
ago. Yep,
It's a beautiful bathroom. It
yep.
was the original tub, covered with
It was a original clawfoot tub. They had enclosed it with wood and vinyl, a vinyl sheet,
signing. Yeah.
siding sheet, and closed it all in. But it was falling apart. It was old, rusting, and
Well,
the
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 water barely worked,
yeah, and so
and there was no shower.
there was no shower. Right, it was built without a shower, and so we 10 years ago we had a contractor come in and they took that room down to the studs. They took everything out, flooring. Uh, the only thing they didn't take out was the ceiling. They just covered it with new material. But all the plaster lath that was in it originally came out. The all the flooring came out. They fixed uh, um, there was a leak in the drain, the main drain going through there.
Yeah,
That
they
was
got rid of the old cast iron
got
pipes.
well, not all of it, but they cut the cast iron
Oh,
pipe.
I thought they got rid of it all.
No, they cut the cast iron pipe at the where the break was, and replaced that piece with PVC. There's the bottom of it's still cast iron.
Do you think that's
Uh,
the problem for what's
No,
going on
because
now?
that's below the house.
Okay.
So no, um, the they fixed some damage to the joists. They replaced the subflooring. They put in new tile, new bathroom fixtures. Everything brand new. 10
Right.
years ago.
Walk-in ranch style
Yep.
shower.
Beautiful shower. Love it. Rainfall
Yeah.
shower. We love it,
So
except for one small problem.
yes, the floor sags.
Yeah.
And it started sagging, I'm gonna say probably 5 years ago.
Yeah, we just didn't pay much attention to it. It started in one little spot and it's gotten worse. And now it's really, really bad right around the commode, the
Yeah.
toilet, and to the point where it's getting a little dangerous in there.
Yeah, you have to kind of
Balance yourself.
balance your feet at certain you can't
Points.
go and just plop down on the toilet.
Right.
It's a balancing act,
Right.
and, you were starting to see nails through the tile, which
Which aren't even
apparently
supposed
is
to be there.
yeah.
So, so we hired a new company. They're going to come in. They're going to take out the fixtures. They're going to take out the vanity in the commode. They're going to rip up all that tile. They're going to fix whatever the problem is. We're hoping that there's not a water leak, because that's one of the problems. What we really hope, unfortunately, is that the construction of the original floor was just substandard, which
Yeah.
is what I'm banking on, because everything else they did was substandard. So why not the floor? So, um, then they're going to fix whatever's down there and put new wood um grained tile. It's
Yep,
actually ceramic tile, but it
porcelain
looks like
tile.
wood, porcelain tile,
Yeah.
but it looks like wood grain.
And what we have in there right now are they call them penny tiles that are little hexagons.
Yeah, a little
They're
extra.
white and black, and it's lovely, and it's very 1920s.
Yeah, but it gets the grout gets dirty and dingy really, really easy. It's really easy to damage, and it's just a lot to work on if you have to fix anything. So
Yeah.
we're going with much bigger pieces of ceramic tile in there. Judy did a little picture using AI
Yeah.
where she took the tile that we picked out and took a picture of, and she took a picture of the room, and then she showed what it would look like on the floor. It looked really, really nice.
Yeah, it does
So,
look nice.
yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah. So the only thing I'm not looking forward to is finding out what they've got to do to fix it, because you never know, the cost could skyrocket when they get in there, but we'll deal with whatever it is. But they're supposed to show up on Monday to
Yes.
start this project. So that will be filling up most of next week will be our
Thank
Right.
goodness we have a
Project.
second
We do
bathroom.
have a second bathroom.
It's
Very,
about the size of a linen closet.
yeah, if that.
Yeah. So I'm not looking forward to squeezing into that shower.
Well, we hadn't even used that shower in a while, so I actually went in the other day and exercised the valves to make sure all the water
And the
came out.
water came out of
Yep,
the
got the
shower
water came
and it
out of
was
the
clear.
shower. It was clear. I
All
ran it
right.
till it was clear. There was no
Oh,
rust or
was there a
anything.
little rust in it?
No, there wasn't because remember we replaced all of those pipes. It's all PVC,
Okay.
so there's no metal pipes in any of our water supply now.
Okay.
So all that's brand new. So it was nice and clean and clear. And of course, we have water softener now, so there's less
Build
minerals
up,
and build
right.
up anyway. So that was all good. It's not the greatest fixtures. It's not we haven't done any major work in that room ever. So
And it desperately needs
it
it.
does desperately need
I
that. But
need
that's
to play the lottery so we can
so
redo
it's one of
that.
the list. Or people need to go buy my books
Oh, that would work
and
too.
and if you know somebody in the who runs acquisitions at Netflix, give them a shout out. The Failsafe
Or
program,
Hulu or Amazon.
yeah, cybernetic resonance. Let them know.
Anyway, yeah. So that's what we're dealing with is an old house.
Yep.
She's a lovely house. She pisses me off at times. She's squeaky. She's drafty.
Well, that's the charming part.
Yes. I mean, this is a lovely house. I never thought we would I really didn't think this was going to be our forever home, but I think it's going to be our forever
I mean, the
home.
house has been here for over 100 years. It'll probably be here
No,
for
100 years this year.
yeah, yeah, 100 years, over 100 years.
At 100 years. Oh, listen, you're the author. You should understand about over 100 years means more than, and at 100 years means, oh,
We're
it's the 100th year.
we're in July. There's a 50-50 chance that it was built before July. That's over 100.
Okay, over 100 years.
So it's been here 100 years. It's probably going to be for another 100 years.
Yes.
It's solidly built and well constructed. It just needs a little work.
And living in Florida, I mean, there
Yeah.
is flooding and hurricanes, and
So
we're kind of built up. So
yeah. So yeah, that's beautiful. I love the location. We love the neighborhood.
our street just got repaved.
Our street, yes, just this week our street in front of our house got repaved, so that's all nice and smells like wet, hot asphalt. But it's nice and smooth and freshly painted parking lines. Not that we park on the street.
Yeah, we don't
but
park on the street.
We don't park on the street, but plenty of other people do. So maybe now they'll park where they're supposed to park instead of in our driveway.
Yes.
And so we love the neighborhood. We love the location, and we just need to spend a little more time on some projects around the house. And the house will be paid off soon, probably
Very
in a
soon.
year or so.
Yeah, I mean, we could any day,
Yeah,
but
and then we'd probably put some of that money towards doing more repairs on the house and getting some things done. So it is an old house, but it is a lovely little ranch house.
it's not a ranch; it's a bungalow.
Bungalow. Ranch house is what your parents built, right? No, they
No,
built a bungalow too. I thought this was a ranch style bungalow with
what?
the way the eaves hang off.
It's
We'll
a
look.
bungalow.
We'll look it up.
It's a
Anyway,
bungalow.
but we'll see. We'll see who's right
Yeah,
later. Jeannie,
I'll put it in
in the
the
editing.
thing, and
In the editing, Jeannie will tell you what it's not.
so yes, but it's not like we're living in a cave.
No, we're not living in a cave. Is that our neck? Are you segueing
Yes,
into?
I'm
So
moving us along.
we've done a little house. We've done an old house, and now we're going to do
A
a
dungeon.
dungeon. So a couple of weeks ago, I gave a preliminary review of a book that I had read, and I didn't want to go into it in a lot of detail because Jeannie had not yet read it.
And this was my idea to read this book. Just
Well,
FYI.
but she took forever to read another book. It's not my fault. Anyway,
Yeah. Okay, then. You just called me slow.
what book were you reading?
Crown of the Gilded Bones.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, so what we're talking about is, of course, Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman.
Yes. If you are a pop culture fan,
As we
if
are.
you are a gamer, if you are a sarcastic person, you have got to read Dungeon Crawler Carl.
It is, it's a fascinating book. I said a couple of weeks ago, but for those who hadn't heard it, it reminds me a lot of Douglas Adams in that it skewers sort of bureaucracy and in this case corporate entities and the
Skewers? Is that the right? Sorry, I'm stuck on that. Is that
skewers. Yes,
like you're sticking into it?
sticking it to them.
Oh, okay. I've never heard it used that way. The life you have when you are married to an author.
I don't know that I've ever written that word. I've read it a lot.
Okay, so they skewer into
Skewers
the corporate
corporate bureaucracy and the idiocy sometimes of large organizations. It's a lot like you see in the opening scenes of.
I don't remember the name of the company in A Hitchhiker's Guide.
I don't either. It's the Vogons.
The
It's the
Vogons, right.
Vogons, right? But if you recall, the Vogons in the original Hitchhiker's Guide, they are here to demolish the planet, and everybody's surprised. And they're like, I don't know why you're surprised. The planet's been on file in a basement, inside an abandoned building, in a locked cabinet.
Same thing with
same sort not word for word,
No.
obviously, but the same sort of setup for.
we gave you notice.
We gave you notice for 30 years. I can't believe you didn't file a protest. But it's a fantastic sort of I think you could call it a post-apocalyptic story. And
Yeah,
where
it's not a dystopian tale.
no, I mean I think there's some dystopian aspects to it, but
Yeah.
it's post-apocalyptic. I think is the way you would describe it because that's what happens.
You're trying to survive.
You're trying to survive
A dungeon crawl.
a dungeon crawl. The surviving inhabitants of Earth after this action by the aliens has forced everybody to take part in a dungeon crawl as if you're in a video game.
Yes.
And so anybody who's ever played video games will appreciate this, especially the hilariously sarcastic and ironic descriptions for all of the characters.
Every item they
items in the
pick you
game.
up, every person they meet, every NPC,
non-player character,
right?
Every spell, every item,
Yes.
everything has a description. Most of the time, with some sort of pop culture joke or reference to it. It's an amazing story. Carl is an amazing character, and the first book is just the first part. I mean, that doesn't tell the full story.
No, they only make it to
there's like 18
second floor.
Yeah, there's like 18 levels in this dungeon apparently that nobody has ever completed, and they only make it through to the end of level 2 in this first book. So there's like 10 books or something.
Yeah, so we are gonna. If you have not read it and you do want to read it and you don't want any spoilers, I don't want you to leave, but
I don't know that we're going to talk spoilers. I mean,
I want to talk about the characters, though.
I think we could talk a little bit about the characters. So if you absolutely don't want anything spoiled, you might want to mute the sound here, and if you haven't read it, but because we're going to talk about one character in particular, it's a little bit of a spoiler.
Yeah. So,
although
it's not Carl.
It's not Carl.
So Carl is he's an ex Coast Guard.
Coast Guard. Yep.
And he is left abandoned by his girlfriend, who leaves her cat, Princess. She's got this long name, but
Princess Donut.
Yeah,
Donut.
Princess Donut. Princess Donut jumps out of the apartment before the aliens demolish it and goes up in a tree. It's the middle of the night. It's cold outside, and Carl goes to rescue her. And it's a good thing because what the aliens do is they basically flatten everything.
Yeah.
And anyone who wasn't in a building, of course, survives and gets moved to the dungeon.
Right. But because Donut jumps out of the window, we find out later. You haven't found out yet why, have you? We find out later why she jumped out of the window.
In the second book? I don't remember.
I think so. But but we won't spoil that for you. Yeah, because there's a reason why that comes up later. She jumps out of the window. He runs out of the house in his underwear,
Right, he's in boxer
boxer
shorts,
shorts, with no
no
shoes.
shoes, a leather jacket.
Right.
I don't even think he has a shirt on.
Yeah, I don't remember about the shirt, but the boxer shorts are important because then he is stuck wearing that for the rest of book one.
Yes.
Um, and it becomes a big focal point. The
He
other
does get a
part,
cape.
yeah, the other part of the story that is a little Hunger Games ish is that this dungeon crawl is produced as a streaming event for the universe to watch.
Right, they can bet on the characters, they
They can
can.
bet, they can donate
Right.
items and support, and so they have this viewer count and followers and favorites and all that sort of stuff. Just like I guess maybe if you're a Twitch gamer,
Oh,
just sort of
yeah,
that kind of a thing.
that's
Probably where he got it from.
he's probably a Twitch.
Yeah.
We do
So
know he's a gamer.
we know he's a gamer. We know he has a cat because there's no way he could get
Well, yeah.
Donut as realistic as he does in her mannerisms and her behaviors.
So the fun thing about Princess Donut is that she becomes one of the players
Right.
in the dungeon crawl.
Right.
And that isn't true of all of the pets
Right.
that make it into the dungeon
Right. So we get an insight into her thoughts and
because
how
she can
she
talk.
approaches life because she can talk. Yes. So that's a bit of a spoiler, but it
It is
happens fairly early in the
so
book. It happens in
funny
the first 3 chapters of the book. So you,
because we are cat owners, and I totally buy in. That's exactly how cats would.
oh yeah, again, that's why I knew even before I read his bio that he has a cat, that he had cats because he nails her personality. She is a cat, selfish, impulsive, never admits she's wrong, doesn't admit to having any needs or affection for anything. Everything is very, very self-centered. So much of that is classic cat behavior. So it makes it for a fascinating story. It's really, really great.
It's a
It
fun read.
it's a fun read. It is a graphic read at times. There's violence
Yes,
in this
there
story.
there
It's not
is
sanitized.
no content warnings. There
Yeah.
is
There's lots
murder.
of
There
violence.
is gore. There is
There's sexual
evil.
situations, but not any
There
actual
the
sex.
yes.
Not
I
It's
mean,
closed door at best.
some of the NPCs are ridiculously naked.
There's when you
You know
finish,
what I'm saying?
yeah, I do. But when you get to the end of book 2, there's a scene I want to
So
talk.
I finished book 1. I am
Yeah,
currently reading book 2.
yeah.
I'm doing that until Jerry finishes his edit, and then I'll of course read A Closing Point again before we
Start our final editing sessions.
read aloud.
Yep. Um,
So I'm reading book 2.
yeah, I finished book 2 a couple of weeks ago. Really, really fast read.
You
Book
read it in
2.
a day.
It was a little more than that, but yeah, it was about 24 hours. I read that book because I practically did nothing else for that day because I just couldn't put it down. It was so
Yeah.
fascinating. It was a short read though. It's shorter than the original, and goes in a little bit of a different direction, but it's the same story, same sort of thing. He just delves into different aspects of gaming, and he does give you some more clues about Donut and her motivations
And their third party.
and
We won't
their
ruin
third
that
party.
part because it's hilarious.
They get a third party in the end of book 1, third party member. So anyway, if you like gaming, if you like Douglas Adams, if you like that sort of apocalyptic sci-fi sort of stuff, read Dungeon Crawler Carl. I was hesitant myself to read it because there's a lot of hype around this story.
It's worth the
It
hype.
lives up to the hype. He's an excellent writer. Also, he was an independent self-published author. He published this book first as excerpts in a writing blog, then later he published it independently, and then he now has a book deal with Ace Publishing. It is another story just like
Andy Weir.
Andy Weir and The Martian, it is a success story for independent publishing where he was able to go out and do his own thing in a book he may not have been able to get published
Right.
traditionally because of the content and the way it's written if he had not done it himself.
Right.
And so I think you're seeing more and more of that happening. I think it's a really good thing for readers because you get a whole different sort of uh, palette of options for reading, things that maybe traditional publishers shy away from because they are limited by economics into producing things that are mainstream, whereas independent publishers can take a risk. And so I think he did take a risk in this case, and it paid off, and it paid off for the readers too because it is an amazing book, and so far an amazing series, and it's coming to Peacock
Yeah.
as a series. I look forward to that.
Yeah, we'll watch it.
So it's going to, of course, take off. Everybody will have read this book by the time it comes out.
Yeah, we're going to a dungeon crawler Carl party at the end of August because
why not?
Yeah.
Where we are not dressing up.
No, we're not dressing
up. People will dress up.
It is at San Marco Books and More.
Yep, which we love.
Yes, we do. So
they are fantastic.
Of course we had to participate because they've treated us so well.
They have, and as an independent book publishers, we support folks who support independent authors.
Yes.
Independent publishing is a very difficult thing to do, and something that you probably don't appreciate how difficult it is until you start doing it. And those who support and are supportive of independent authors are an amazing treasure.
And it would be at this point that Princess Donut would just scream out, "Carl, come on." Right?
Yes.
Get off your soapbox.
Carl has a catchphrase too, but it's not safe for work and not appropriate. What? We can't. You want me to say that word on our podcast?
God damn it, Donut!
God damn it, Donut!
I'm like, what the? It's not bad.
It's a sacrilege.
It's a book. It's hilarious. And
anyway, the funny thing is he doesn't know he's saying it.
Yeah. And he says it all
comes
the
up
time.
later. He says it all the time.
Anyway, go read that book.
Yes.
And let us know what you think. We love that book. I'm loving the second book already. I'm probably not going to jump right into the third book again because I have to read a Closing Point. And
yeah, Closing Point will be ready for her to read. I'm hoping by this weekend.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'm getting the signal, which is wrap it up.
What do you want me to do? That wrap it up.
So I think that's all for this week.
It is that. That's it.
I'm not going to do a Porky Pig impression. So
thank you for joining us on the Co-Author Life. I'm Jeannie.
I'm J.E. Sutton Jr.
We'll see you in the next chapter.